Welcome back to the channel, man. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know where y'all from. Go ahead and drop the Dolph emojis in the comment section, man. So Ralo, he finally spoke out about Dolph. He sat down and pretty much aired it out and straightened everything out about who he's really rocking with right now. And he said he always been rocking with Dolph. And even though he used to listen to Yo Gotti music, and he kind of watched both of them coming up because they were right there in his era and everything. And so, but he said ultimately Dolph was the one who was helping him, his whole neighborhood and everything, and that Dolph contributed to a lot of the stuff that Ralo said that he's doing right now, including the whole Fam Goon, Famerica, and everybody that Ralo was trying to help. Dolph was pretty much going in on it with him and lending a helping hand and everything, giving back. So at the end of the day, he also talked about how he knows for a fact that Yo Gotti, he definitely was hating on Young Dolph. Now, he didn't say that Yo Gotti and them did it or they had something to do with taking him out, but he knows Dolph had haters and he had people who wasn't seeing eye to eye with him. And so he went and straightened that out and talked about how even though Yo Gotti was a big influence and a lot of people were rocking with him and stuff before Dolph came up, he still stuck his loyalty to Dolph because that's what they were doing. They were working together and everything like that. Ralo and Dolph were making things happen basically, and at the same time he's seen how Dolph was getting hated on. He's seen the different type of moments when they tried to run up on Dolph and they tried to do this and do that. So Ralo's very, very familiar with the situation of what happened with Black Youngster and Yo Gotti and how that connection with Dolph, and when Dolph ended up having the 100 shots happen. And so Black Youngster already, he turned himself in for that. So Ralo already knew that that was basically, you know, those are the people who pretty much wanted to see Dolph on his downfall, and that, you know, that's where the hate was coming from. So he understood that, and so he made sure to pretty much rock with Dolph and try not to make any type of intervene with bringing Yo Gotti in that into the mix or anything. See, now Ralo already had the deal with 1017 and Guccimane, and you know how Guccimane and Young Dolph, they already got as well connected, and they were doing the same thing. They were all sticking together and basically doing their work together, because this is how Dolph was doing his business. He was teaming up with Ralo. He was teaming up with Guccimane, trying to make, you know, something out of nothing and trying to get them to become one big unit and group, because they were taking over the South. Everything that was from Memphis, Atlanta, and all that, it was through them three. So they all knew each other and they all knew Yo Gotti. And so now Ralo got out of his Guccimane deal, and he already knows that Yo Gotti and Guccimane got a beef that goes back into history as well. And he already knows about Yo Gotti's beef with Young Dolph, the baby mama drama, and all the various different people that Yo Gotti was bringing into his crew that ended up pretty much getting like something like they ended up involving themselves in the Young Dolph beef and everything. So Ralo never tried to get in between Gotti and Young Dolph. He didn't want to have the beef go on to him and say, like, while they were going at it, Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, Ralo stayed back quiet because he didn't want none of the attention coming to him, because Ralo was already doing things and he didn't need no more eyes going to him. He eventually, Ralo got caught and he went down and to do a bid and serve some years. And once he found out and they told Ralo when he was in behind bars that Young Dolph pretty much got sent up and everything, Ralo, he couldn't believe it. He was in tears and everything. He wanted to show his hospitality, gratitude to the Dolph family. He sent his condolences, and he knows Mia J, so he understands that Mia J is having to raise Dolph kids on her own basically and everything. And so this is a big thing that got taken away from them, and he understands what it feels like. So he's trying to go ahead and help them out too, because he's trying to keep Dolph legacy going. And same with the artists. Now Ralo and Key Glock, it said they saying that basically that Key Glock might not trust Ralo all the way, and so this makes sense because Key Glock wasn't really there during the time that Ralo and Dolph were like hanging together and doing all these things. So Key Glock was brand new at the time. He probably didn't even get a lot of opportunity to be around Ralo to see that him and Dolph were actually cool, and so he's like basically he can't trust nobody ever since the Dolph situation happened. But Rallo's just letting everybody know that basically he's just as much of a part of PRE and as part of the team of helping Dolph grow into a big company and make lots of money and put a lot of people on from his city in Memphis and everything. So Rallo understands that. Key Glock, he's basically being very cautious. Like he can't go and link. He's not trying to rush into no type of collab with Rallo or nothing like that. He didn't go meet up with him or anything yet. Maybe in the future they might. Maybe if they hit up one of the Dolph car shows, the Dolph museum, we'll see something. But until then, all the PRE dudes, they're pretty much standing on business for Dolph. They're still showing the loyalty to Dolph. They're leaving Dolph legacy behind and pretty much putting him in all of their musics. Every single one of the PRE dudes got mixtapes, songs out right now, and they all paying homage to Dolph. And so that's the same thing Rallo is trying to do when he went up on that interview, is pretty much clear the air about what was going on, because see, he knew Dolph way longer than a lot of these PRE dudes that might have just got signed in the last 2 years. And so he's now Rallo, he's seen the old, like when how the beef started between Dolph and Yo Gotti, so he understands where everybody's coming from, where the feelings came from and everything. So he knows how it is in the streets in Memphis towards Young Dolph, and that's why he's tried to stay in Atlanta in his lane and everything like that, because he's already like signed to Guccimane. So if Rallo would have went to Memphis and spoke up about Yo Gotti and them and this and that, then they would have had a beef start up between Yo Gotti and Rallo, just because of the fact that Rallo is rocking with Dolph and Guccimane, who are the two main ops to Yo Gotti. Or some people are saying that Yo Gotti don't like them, but they don't, like, they don't want to hate on Yo Gotti or nothing. They just want to take care of their business. But Yo Gotti was the one who basically had the problems. And then after that, it was things that happened in the streets in certain cities and places where the people who got like caught up for running up on Dolph, it ended up coming back to being connected to Yo Gotti. So this is where the whole divide came in between CMG and PRE. Everybody in Memphis pretty much had to pick a side. Anybody that was rocking with either Dolph or Yo Gotti had to pick a side. And that's exactly what happened with Moneybagg Yo and Finesse Two Times. They came out of Memphis, and Moneybagg Yo already got a lot of help from Young Dolph, because Dolph gave Moneybagg Yo a free feature. He did a song with him to help him out so he could get popping in Memphis and he could make it out of his situation. And so once Yo Gotti heard that Dolph did a song with Moneybagg Yo, he went and offered Moneybagg Yo the deal first and signed him, because he knew Dolph would have wanted to do that. And so he tried to get Moneybagg Yo on his side before Dolph like signed the paperwork or anything. But Dolph was really trying to make Moneybagg Yo his own boss, just like how he was doing with Key Glock and all the other PRE dudes. So, and then Finesse Two Times was coming up like with Moneybagg Yo. He was under his wing and everything, and they were rocking together. But something happened between Moneybagg Yo and Finesse Two Times with basically where Moneybagg Yo told Finesse Two Times not to rock with Young Dolph and do this and do that. So when the beef became public and it was in like the, everybody was talking about it and it was buzzing in Memphis, Finesse Two Times, he decided to go with CMG and Moneybagg Yo, because that's where he was about to get signed to, he thought, and that he was going to be, making some money with Moneybagg Yo and Yo Gotti. So he went ahead and picked side. Everybody had to pick a side basically when it came down to it. And so at the end of it, now the things that Finesse Two Times said, and he exposed them all, and he was talking about how they were trying to get him to diss Young Dolph to go with Moneybagg Yo. And so, but fast forward 5 years later, once Finesse Two Times got out, he saw Moneybagg Yo was using a lot of his songs and the lyrics and everything from the booklet he left at their studio. And basically, this is when Finesse Two Times had issues and beef with Moneybagg Yo, and he pretty much expressed that the only reason that he dissed Dolph or whatever he said about Dolph back then was because Moneybagg Yo and them told him to, or else he wasn't going to be able to stay on their team no more. So he was just trying to be loyal to who was going to pay him, but he realizes that a lot of people from Memphis was hating on Dolph that was coming out of Yo Gotti's camp and everything, including Moneybagg Yo. And so this is where all of that pretty much, ends at. And basically, Ralo, he broke it down and told him that he was with Dolph all the way from the beginning.